Perfect. Okay. So we actually wanted to bring on this guest trainer. And I know you guys don't hear from us often. We try to host a call every month. Unfortunately, we didn't do one in July because it was just crazy bonkers with everybody running Obamacare. But we wanted to kick off this call. And I know you guys hear us all the time and we say the same old boring things over and over again. And some of you guys might think, oh, are they just kind of guessing what's going to work? Do they think this is a theory? But truth be told, guys, I will tell you that everything that we are preaching and promoting, it's 100% because of what you guys are doing in the field. It's us participating in the build with you guys. And uh, thank you, Michelle. You're anything but boring. So what you guys do in the field, what we do in the field, and what I love to do, both Tuan and I, is we like to sit back and ask ourselves thought-provoking questions about what works, what doesn't work, what can we emphasize, what can we do better, what does the industry look for? And I want to preface it that before I bring this on to Aaron, is that I want to remind you guys one more time about the story of me attending this event. And this event is so important because it tells you the philosophy of what you're looking for and how to build a business and why you want to build the business. I'm not going to go deep into the story, but at the end of the day, if you've heard me say this before, when I was the CEO and Tuan and I were co-founders to our own company, I attended a conference, and in that conference, it had over 250 network marketing companies representing, and they did a survey. And I just want to highlight the three things that they highlighted in the survey that people did not like about the industry, because network marketing, truth be told, since 2018 has been on a steady decline. There was a bit of a momentum and record-breaking recruiting numbers during COVID, but you know why? Because everybody was at home, people wanted to make more money, and so, but once COVID lifted and people were able to leave their home, the numbers started declining. More recruits were leaving the industry. And in that survey that they had conducted for 12 months, guys, let me tell you what they figured out. Number one, people hate the auto ship models. They just don't like it. They don't like paying every single month to stay in results. They don't love paying every single month and end up losing more money than they're actually going to make with the company. So that was one thing that they highlighted is they don't love the auto ship model. The second thing is they do not like these pressured comp plans. They don't like the fact that if they don't maintain a rank, a status, or something, they lose in the compensation plan because they can go online and become an influencer. They can drive their car and become a Lyft or Uber driver or Uber Eats or Instacart. There was so many ways to go make money without all this pressure. They don't like that. And the last thing that they highlighted was the vast majority of the people that participate or interested in this industry just want to learn how to make $500 a month. If you talk about more than $250 to $1,000, the vast majority of the industry thinks it's a scam. Okay? Just remember that. Because, guys, one thing that I learned being in this industry, I remember when I was younger in my career, in my 20s, right? I went to a training and I remember this trainer said, close your eyes and remember what it's like to feel like you're brand new. You're excited, you're also nervous, you're a little afraid. All these different emotions are running through your mind. And they said, you as the upline, the person that's approaching, never forget that feeling. Because when we become more involved, more exposed, attend more events, we tend to talk from that perspective and assume that everybody thinks the way we think, as if they saw the same things or experienced the things we've gone through. But the truth be told is the vast majority of the people that you will attract into your network just want to learn how to make an extra $500 a month. Okay. It's not me guessing that. Again, they conducted a 12-month survey in network marketing. They showed it at that event that I attended, and all the data and facts were there. And guys, when I tell you that when I left that meeting, knowing what I know, but still operating in the old school style. Oh, I'm sorry. The other part of the survey is they don't like their friends and family feeling awkward. Okay. They don't like putting their friends and family in a position to feel awkward. That means like closing their friends and family. They don't want to be a part of the NFL club. If you know what that is, that's the No Friends Left network, right? Nobody wants to be a part of that because you're pressuring your friends and family so much that they avoid you, they ghost you, and they block you, right? So all of that was in there. And I'm telling you guys that when I left that event, I want you guys to understand that operating the way I operated when I first got started in network marketing, it's called the Al Bundy theory. Anybody grow up with the TV show Married with Children? Anybody? Yeah, I see your guys' thumbs up. Yeah, drop a one in the comment section if you watched Al Bundy. right? You guys know Al Bundy's mentality. He's the Heisman Trophy player from high school that lived in the glory days. All the women loved him. His trophy is still in the glass case at his high school. And he goes there from time to time, remind himself when he was incredible, right? But then, guess what? Al Bundy wakes up to reality that he's a shoe salesman, unhappy in his marriage, unhappy with his children, just cannot seem to get further in life. Because yes, poke high, there you go. There are all my married with children people. Um, because he just couldn't outlive his glory days. He couldn't get rid of his old newspaper clippings. We are so comfortable with what we were taught that created past success that sometimes we're closed-minded to the change of what the market actually wants. We ignore what the industry is stating because we live in the fact that this is what worked for me, but it might not work today. It might work in the moment, but it's not going to duplicate in the long run. And the reason why I'm sharing with you guys all that is that when I walked out of that conference, I actually left the industry because I did not want to be a part of the old school comp plans because I already knew it was like not attractive. But when I found Ollie Life and truly understood the compensation plan and the product, guys, I understood that this was not an Ollie Life movement. It was actually an industry shift that was happening. And a part of the industry shift, you're going to get a lot of people that will doubt what you're doing. They're going to deny what is happening. But guys, I think at this point, at 45 plus million dollars in sales in 13 months in business, is proof that what we're doing truly is working and it is attracting people. And so, with that being said, I'm going to hand this call over to this gentleman. His name is Aaron Whittier. You guys may have seen it. But let me just edify a little bit of what Aaron's been able to do. He's 30 years in the industry, 6 months into Ollie Life, and he took what we said, what people are looking for and not looking for, and he decided that that was all he was going to focus on with his organization. And let me tell you guys what this gentleman has been able to do in 6 months. Not only was he able to earn the six-figure ring, that means he earned over $100,000 in income in 6 months with Ollie Life. Actually, sooner than 6 months, but I'm just going to say 6 month mark. He's been able to achieve M4 as a rank, and he just recently qualified for the Thailand condo. But more importantly, I know that Aaron doesn't care about his rank advancement and achievement. But more importantly, there has been hundreds to thousands of people in Aaron's organization that has made hundreds of dollars a month, that have made thousands of dollars a month, that are now making thousands of dollars a day. Like, get this, guys, a day, not in a month, in a day, okay? And what Aaron did is remarkable because he simplified it, he understood what the market wanted, and he duplicated it. So with that, I'm going to step aside and I'm going to hand the call over to Aaron Whittier.
Wow. Thank you, Van. Thank you, Tuan. I got chills. I appreciate that very much. And guys, thanks for all. I'm reading all the comments. I do appreciate it. Listen, just like Van said, it's not about me. It really isn't. I think my lucky stars every day. Let's just say that because we're all here together, and so should you, right? We're all here together as OlyNation. So hey, welcome OlyNation. I'm excited about sharing a couple things tonight, and I'm also excited about hearing the announcement. So, first and foremost, I want to tell you my quick story. I've known Tuan and Van now for 25 years. Really, when they get started in the industry, and we were leaders in another company, and Tuan, I met Paul actually in Taiwan a couple years back, and he actually just kind of joined my company, and Tuan did just that's kind of Tuan was just doing as a favor. He was really successful in what they were doing, and introduced me to Paul actually in Taiwan, and that thing never really took off. It was a company I was with, never really materialized at all. But Tuan reached out to me last March and said, "Remember that guy Paul in Taiwan?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, he's killing it in this product company. And it's funny because when I first met Paul, Paul was told us that nobody in Asia does product MLMs anymore. They all do crypto and Forex. So Tuan and I laughed about that. I'm like, products? I thought he wasn't doing it. So anyway, long story short, I jumped on a Zoom last March with Tuan and Paul and learned about the devices, learned about the comp plan, learned about everything. And I asked Paul the question, like, what's going on in the US? He's like, there's groups of people trying to get it going, but they don't really have everything. That's why we're on here today. And you guys all know the story about he was trying to get Tuan and Van to really open up, the Western market and everything else because of who they are. but it wasn't really ready for me. So the timing wasn't right. But I'll tell you that every month, last year, Tawana Van called me every month to say, "Hey, we're making this much, making this much, making this much," and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And it just wasn't ready for me. Everything's timing. But what really got me was they posted on social media January 24th, and they posted they were with the company privately. You might be here because of that post, possibly, right? And said they were building the company privately. The team did 10 million in sales, yada yada. No auto ship, no volume flush. And when I saw that, of course, I had FOMO. And like I said, everything's timing. My company was going through some transitions, and it was just kind of time for me to move on. But when I called them and he said, "Hey, we got 2 warehouses that are stocked with all the products in America now. We got credit card processing, and when we come back from Asia, we're going to take over America." And I'm like, "Let's go." So that was January 24th. And what's I will tell you, I called Tuan. I said, "Tuan, what's the system?" Because 30 years in the industry, I learned at least one thing: don't reinvent the wheel, right? If somebody's making the kind of money and having that kind of success, follow their lead, right? Follow the leader. Don't try to do it your own way. Don't deviate from the system. So I called Tuan. I go, "Tuan, what do I do?" Because I just signed up. He goes, "Aaron, I'm going to text you a picture of my P90 Plus on my carpet, and all you're going to do is text people or messenger people privately and say, 'Have you seen this device yet?'" And I'm like, "Okay, that's it." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "And then people are going to say, 'What is it?' And you're going to say, 'It's a PMF device.' And then when they say, 'What's PMF?' Then say, 'Hey, go to any kind of AI you want and ask what are the benefits of PEMF.'" And you guys all know, you guys have all done it. When people do that, they're like, "Whoa," just like I did the same thing. I was like, "Wow, that's incredible." And then he goes, "We got 3 short videos, and just send the 3 short videos to people. And we have a Telegram testimonial that you can add people to." I'm like, "That's it?" He goes, "That's it." I was like, "Okay, I could do that." So that's what I did. I just started texting people, "Hey, have you seen this device yet?" I think out of all the people I texted, there was probably one person. I said, "Oh yeah, I got that device." But and they were actually part of Tuan and Van's group. But what's so neat about this, and it is really surreal what's happening to the group already, to OlyNation already. Like Van just shared the numbers with all of us, right? I mean, that's staggering. That's incredible. The kind of money people are making, the kind of success people are having this quick is really, it's not normal, you guys. It's really not normal. And I think we all know that. But one thing that just makes me so happy, and I hope I don't tear up here a little bit, but is finding people that, maybe I didn't even know that well, but I met through this industry, through the journey, and reaching out to them and they say, "No, no, I'm not really open." But I was a little persistent with them and said, "No," because I saw them posting other, maybe 3 different deals on social media, and I knew they weren't making that much money, right? And I knew this comp plan and this opportunity could really bless them, could really do well for them because of the timing and everything else. And I was a little persistent. I said, "No, you need to see this comp plan," because I figured this person needed money, right? They might be motivated by money. And when they did, they saw it. They're like, "Okay, I'm in." And this individual, I'm not going to say names tonight, but this individual, and a lot of you guys know who I'm talking about. Um, this individual signed up like 1 or 2 people, and that organization led to so many incredible leaders. I mean, I could say names. I'm not going to, but there are a lot of people on the team, on the part of our organization here that are top leaders, number one income earners in companies that you don't even, nobody knows they're here. And because of that one person, because I said, "Hey, you just was a little persistent through," and that's the thing is, you guys understand that even if you don't know any big leaders, right, so-called big leaders in this industry, right, it doesn't matter because the people right, may know people who know people who know people that are huge networkers, or might even not be networkers. They might just be business people or practitioners or chiropractors or whatever, right? And everybody's connected. So don't ever stop looking for, don't stop talking to anybody, right? Talk to everybody with this. Approach everybody with this. Ask everybody, "Have you seen this device yet?" Because you never know who that person is connected, and you never know who that person is going to lead you to. So do you think I'm happy that I talked to this person? I mean, not just myself. There's thousands of people that are happy now because I talked to this person and this person got started and led it to, multiple people in just the last 6 months. I mean, it's incredible. It's really surreal. And I do want to tell you guys before I forget this, we've heard so many times in this industry to make vision boards. How many guys drop a one if you've ever made a vision board in this industry or whoever taught you, right? Hey, every year make your vision board, right? So I know a lot of people here are dropping ones, right? Did you make one? Did you make one this year? Drop a two if you made one this year. If you made one this year, honestly, if you made one. Listen, I'll tell you, I've been taught this for 30 years right now, 30 years to do a vision board. And honestly, you guys, I never really did them. I never really did them. I'll be honest. But you know what I did this year? I made one. And it's right above me right here. And I could show you, but one thing I said on that vision board was I wanted to make $50,000 a month. And it's all over my vision board. I mean, I could pull it down. It says, earn 50,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 50,000 a month. That was my goal this year. And listen, guys, I've never made $50,000 a month in this industry. Never in 30 years. Never. But in July, I made 70 grand in July. And that just floors me. I mean, I just can I believe it? Yeah, I can believe it now because I put on my vision board, right? Vision boards work, right? So, I mean, it's just so, so my point in telling you this, just do it, okay? And have belief, Yeah, I've done a lot of personal development in my 30 years, of course, right? But it's really not, it's just about believing in yourself. But I do want to say before I get in this quick little piece I'm going to talk about, and I tell my team this all the time on trainings is, I know a lot of you in here have been in the industry maybe longer than me, maybe longer than 30 years. Maybe this is your first company. Maybe you've been in anywhere in between, right? What I really want you to take away tonight is no matter how much success or how little success you've had in this industry, okay? Because I know a lot of people on here probably have never had success in this industry. You might have been in here a long time. You love this industry. You love sharing incredible things with other people, right? Listen, it's like a drug, right? I mean, listen, when you get in this industry, it's in you. You can't, no matter how much you say, I'm not never doing it again, you always come back, right? You always come back because it's a drug. It's amazing. This industry is amazing, right? Especially when you get, with a great company and a great leadership like Tuan and Van, right? And this great culture. And of course, these great devices and, the timing. It's just so exciting, right? It's like, it doesn't feel like work, right? It just feels so exciting. But I want you to understand this, is that no matter where you are in your journey, if, like I said, if you've never had success, even if you haven't signed up one person ever in this industry, okay, look me in the eye right now. Everybody look me in the eye. It doesn't matter because you can do this, okay? You can do this because it's simple. It's so stinking simple, okay? And we have all the tools and we have the incredible timing and we have this incredible compensation plan. And these devices, guys, you all know that everybody gets a result with these devices if they use them long enough. Everybody gets a result. Everybody. I mean, I was on a Zoom a little while ago and this guy's like, so tell me, tell me about this device. I go, everybody's getting a result. He goes, no, you're just selling it. I'm like, no, that's the truth. Everybody's getting results with these devices. I know it's crazy, right? Because, no matter how many products we've shared in the past, there's always a certain percentage of people that say, nope, didn't work for me, right? There's always a certain percentage that say, no, it didn't work. I haven't heard that once. In 6 months, I haven't heard one person that said, nope, didn't work for me. So it blows my mind what we have in our hands, you guys. I mean, I really, it blows my mind. It's still, after 6 months, I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. So you can do this, you guys. And everybody you bring on board can do this. Just make sure they follow the system and do your damn dream board. Okay, your vision board, all right? Whatever you want to call it. So, hey, I want to just share my screen and just show you guys. Now, so listen, what's great about Tuan and Van, as you guys know, there's so many great things about Tuan and Van, but what's great about Tuan and his team of, his company, right? You guys know he has a company. Mint Media. They made all the tools for us. They made the website, right? And listen, guys, I met someone that was in the company before Tuan and Van got in the company, and it was a nightmare. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard the stories or ran into anybody that said, "Oh yeah, yeah, that P90, oh yeah, that doesn't work or whatever," right? Or, "Oh, that's horrible." That's because the team before us, it was a nightmare, and they didn't know what the heck they were doing. They turned a P90 all the way up to level 10. They didn't have any training, no websites, no English material, no nothing. It was a mess, you know. So thank God we're all in here when we have the tools, and thank God we all get in at the right timing, right? It's all about timing. So I'm glad I didn't get in, before Tuan and Van approached me. Even I'm glad I didn't get in back in March. Listen, if we all got back last year, if all of us would have got in when Luigi got in and Jason got in, and all these different leaders got in last year, we probably wouldn't be here because it was a nightmare, you know. And Tuan told me that. I remember Tuan and Van when I called them. They were in Asia when I called them January 24th. They said, "You know what? You're glad you weren't here." I'm like, "Really?" They're like, "Oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. Waiting 2 months to get the devices, yada yada yada." So listen, we're all here. We're all here at the right time, and I'm super stoked about the future here with what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna share my screen here and show you guys to see it real quick. So you obviously all know that we have OlyNation.team. Okay. So let's go into this. So you guys all know OlyNation.team. If you're brand new, OlyNation.team, okay, is the team site. OlyNation's team site. Okay. So when you go home, on the home screen, it's going to say get started in the top right hand corner. Okay. You guys know what get started means? It means get started. That's where you start, right? So everybody you get on board, have them go to OlyNation.team and click on the right side, get started. Okay. So when they click that, all right. So it's going to come up first step guide. There's a 12-minute video here. That's phenomenal. That 12-minute video is going to plug them in, right? It's going to give them a lot of information. So if you haven't watched that 12-minute video, guys, go watch it. Go watch it so you know what your new people will be watching. Okay. As a leader, you got to do it first, right? You got to lead. You got to don't be a hypocrite, right? Go do it and watch that 12-minute video. And then there's a first step guide. You're going to download over here if it's a desktop. Download English. Look at this, you guys. How crazy is this? All the different languages. So if you got teams in Europe or Asia, whatever, okay, chances are the language is in there. You do mobile view as well. So you hit download, and then this is going to come up. So here is the 12-step system. If you guys haven't seen this yet, it's awesome. Okay. So first steps. Step 1, tier bonus qualify. Now, you guys may have heard this. I know Tuan and Van told some teams about this, but what I've done, what I feel, and I think you guys would all agree. Recognition is key. You got to recognize people. Listen, people will go through a brick wall to get recognized. They just will. Everybody loves to get recognized. Maybe some people are shy, right? Introverts, but if you do it right, and when people hit a rank or tier bonus, you should recognize them. So this is just a little training here to teach anyone that's on board. If you get a team and they tier bonus, make a big deal about it because it is a big deal, right? That's a big deal. These tier bonuses are huge. They're massive. So make a big deal about it. And then as your team grows, you can actually go through your team because it's the dates of when people come in and you can see what level they're on. And if you do it and you get good at it, you can go down the legs and see who tier bonus that day. And then you can recognize them. Now, I know a lot of you have different team pages and team WhatsApp and everything else. Make a big deal about it. And that's all I focused on since the last 6 months is just recognizing people that tier bonus. And does it take a long time because of the massive team that my team has built? Yeah, it takes a long time. I mean, it's to the point now where I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It literally took me 15 hours this past weekend to do it. So I'm not telling you to spend 15 hours to do that, but delegate if you can, right? Get some people to just show them how to do that and recognize people for the tier bonus. Okay. So tier bonus qualify. You guys all know how to tier bonus qualify, right? First left, first right. And it shows this example. This is after the 20% is taken out. Okay. But that's all you want to focus on with your people, guys. When you bring someone on board, teach them how to tier bonus, first left, first right, and show them the kind of income they can make by tier bonusing. All right. And there's some strategy to that. Get with your leaders and talk about strategy. If you got someone coming in for a certain amount, there's strategy to that. And you can also look on the levels on the left. If you got a team on the left, you can look at what level that is, what they came in at. Maybe they come in as a P3 leader. We know P3 leaders 1,000 to 1,500 to it's under 2,000. P4 is someone that came for 2,000, right? So if you can match that, you kind of know what your tier bonus would be, right? It's kind of cool. So get with your leaders. You can figure all that stuff out. But step two, know the products, guys. You got to know the products, right? We have a whole product session, section in OlyNation.team. You got to create curiosity. Listen, this is just like Tuan taught me in the beginning, right? Have you seen this device? That's a question. That's an engaging question, right? Tuan said, hey, Aaron, text this picture of the P90 Plus to everybody and say, have you seen this device? What can they say? They have to say yes or no, right? Or they can ignore me, right? But yes or no. It's a curiosity. Have you seen this device yet? And people haven't seen this device go, no, what is it? Then you get engaged in conversations, right? So are you familiar with PMF? Have you heard of PMF, right? So share your story. If you guys don't have a story, share someone else's, right? We have obviously, testimonial groups. You have the Telegram channel. We have a Facebook channel with our team. It's awesome. A bunch of testimonials on that. And people, it's just an ATM page, add tag message. If you guys don't have one, get an add tag message Facebook page, right? You can add all these people to see these testimonials that will really help out your business. So, but our Telegram channel, the group Telegram channel is phenomenal. Share your story or share someone else's story. Stories sell, facts tell. We all know that, you guys. We heard that a million times, right? And share the first video. That's all I shared, you guys. And I'll tell you a trick. Some of you guys might be on here. Tuan said, hey, we got this English.OlyNation.team. There's 3 videos, right? Short videos, which are awesome, right? We got the 6-minute PMF video, short video about the devices, and short video about the comp plan. Guys, knowing your people. I did this to probably 6 people where I sent them this link, English.OlyNation.team. And I said, hey, just watch the first video. Now, when you tell somebody to just do one thing, but there's 3 videos, what's going to happen? They're not going to listen to you. They're going to want to know what the other 2 videos are, right? So I did that to all 6 people I know were money motivated, right? So I said, hey, just watch the first video. Don't watch the other 2. And 4 out of the 5 people, literally the next day, called me up and said, I'm in. I'm like, what do you mean? They go, I'm in. I go, in what? They go, I'm in. I go, in what? What are you talking about? They go, listen, you told me to watch the first video. I watched all 3. Then I did a bunch of other stuff. This comp plan is unbelievable. I'm in. I'm like, okay. Worth like a charm 4 out of 6 times because I knew they were money motivated. Listen, when people see this comp plan, you guys, if they understand comp plans and they want money, there's nothing like this. And everybody says they have the best comp plan. Guys, there's nothing like this on the planet Earth. Nothing. Okay. Listen, I get so many people. Listen, that woman I was talking about earlier, you guys, that story about the woman I talked to, she made over $7,000 her first 30 days and never made money in 25 years in this industry. You think she got excited? You think her excitement boiled over and that's why this team is just rocking? It started really from her and a couple other people I brought on board. That's what happened. Is just when people make money, they get excited, right? And excitement creates excitement. So anyway, back to the system here. All right, share that video. The video has everything right there. It's 3 short videos. And go to, product videos. Obviously, this site, OlyNation.team. You guys can go to resources, go to products, go see the IPE, in-person events videos that are made, right? You should be sharing those when people put their feet on the device. Testimonial channels. We talked about that. Listen, guys, testimonials are it. There's thousands of testimonials. I had a woman talk with a testimonial on my presentation tonight at 7 p.m. I never heard this testimonial. She had me in tears and had probably all the guests and all the people in tears tonight. Didn't hear her testimony. She talked about what it did for her son. I mean, these testimonials really can hit people hard. And, not to play on people's emotions, but emotions, when people feel something, right, they're going to purchase. A lot of times we buy on emotion, but because these devices work, you have to get people hearing these testimonials, right? And then the experience, right? Okay. Watch a full overview presentation, right? Listen, there's all these different incredible teams within OlyNation, right? And I know there's all these different presentations going on and everything else. So, and listen, we're all plugging into everybody's presentations, which I love. I love that the whole nation, the whole OlyNation is a big family. I love that. There's no egos. It's just we have something really special here, you guys. So, and obviously small gatherings. Listen, I will tell you a secret. I told Twan and Van this, and I haven't put one person on the device. We built this massive, incredible organization in 6 months. I haven't put one person's feet on the device besides mine and my wife's and my kids. I haven't gone out and done it. Now, is it because I don't want to? No. It's because it grew so darn fast for me. I've been home building, having fun, being with the family, right? But I have a lot of goals. I want to go to my chiropractor. I want to go to a lot of people. I'm going to do that. But what I'm saying is, you don't have to put people's feet on the device to have success. You just need to reach out to people and say, have you seen this device? Now, do I suggest going out and putting people's feet on the device? Absolutely. But don't go crazy. You don't have to do the massage or the Frost Stage Beauty one. Just put their darn feet on the P90 Plus or the P90. Make it simple because listen, if you go there and you go, hey, let me show you the wand and let me do the face thing and let me do all this stuff, and you're there for an hour and a half, they're like, well, this is a lot. I don't want to do this to people. So always remember, if people can't do what you do, they're not going to do it, right? They're going to decide, I don't want to do this. So make it super simple. Just do a 20-minute session on the P90 Plus to start. If they have questions about what the other devices are, great. Now, I know there's a lot of people on here that are doing the Frost Stage Beauty wand and making a killing with that. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. The thing works, right? It works incredibly well. So step 12, plug it in the system. Plug your people in the system. Just keep duplicating this, you guys. This is it. This is everything right here. Everything's at our fingertips, you guys. They built it here for us to have success. But again, in closing here, you can do this, okay? Any of you can have massive success. Any of you can get a condo. Any of you can quit your jobs. Any of you can do whatever you want to do with this. You got to put it on paper, put it on that vision board, okay? And follow, yes, keep it simple, silly. Don't say stupid anymore. We used to say keep it super simple, keep it simple, stupid. We used to say all kinds of acronyms, right? We like to say keep it super simple, whatever you want to say, right? But just follow the system. Don't deviate from the system, okay? Because again, if you do the simple system, people will say, I can do that. That's the most important thing you want people to say after you show them everything. You go, I can do that. That's simple. I can do that. So with that being said, thank you, Twan and Van, for letting me share a little bit tonight. And thank you all for the love. I appreciate it. I feel it. And just don't ever forget that you can do this and just keep doing it. Do your 2 a day. If that's what you want to do, just consistently do it because consistently over time, you guys are going to have massive results. So with that, appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. Congratulations again. Guys, I forgot to say this when we edified him, and Aaron did share it in the story. Aaron was a no multiple times. So if anybody right now told you
That's a
no,
tough one.
yeah, if they told you no, like I remember, Aaron, it was like in 2025. I remember calling you and straight up saying, you need to just take a spot. Clearly, I'm not as effective as Paul.
Actually, Van, I told the story many times. You were like, "Hey, Aaron, it was December." You go, "Aaron." I go, "Yeah." You go, "Jump on my Zoom." I go, "Why?" You go, "Just jump on my darn Zoom." And I'm like, "Why?" Then you showed me your back office. I was like, "What?"
I
But I
know,
still
but
wasn't ready.
I know, clearly I was not as effective as Paul is. So it's okay. That's what I'm saying, guys. I want you guys to understand if somebody told you no, or you tried to do the Paul move like I tried to do on Aaron, it didn't work. But it's okay. Eventually they do come back around if they are the right individual. That's what I want to remind you guys is that there's a philosophy that Tuan and I live by is that you can never do or say the wrong thing to the right person. You can fumble, you can mess up, you can possibly even offend an individual, but if they're the right person, candidate that wants to grow, understand, and achieve more, then they end up becoming the right person. They grow into the position or whatever. For me, back then when I first got started, I got offended by everything because I thought it was a pyramid scam. But now it's like I totally understand the system now. So I just want you guys to understand that. And I want you guys to answer the main question that we're seeing in the question section. Everything that Aaron showed, it's all there. The 3 videos, there's a link on the 12-step document where they're asking for more information. You just copy the link. It could not be more easy if you just followed the 12 steps. It's everything that Aaron said. And I want to share one thing about Aaron's organization is that his team, because of keeping it that simple and truly celebrating all the tier bonus qualifiers, because remember, the vast majority of your organization, going back to philosophy, the vast majority of your organization just want to hear about $250 to $1,000 a month. Tier bonus qualifying off of P90 plus. I'm just going to use that. Guys, two sales a month will make you $600. How easy does that sound to an individual to say, hey, if you come in and just sell two devices a month, you will make $600. That's it. Your job is done. That sounds not even like a spare time deal. It actually just feels like nothing. Two sales. I'm not saying that right away individuals get two sales because there's a skill set, right, that you're going to learn and develop. But that doesn't sound like an overwhelming idea to my schedule, being a busy mom and a business owner, being a full-time employee, being an entrepreneur, being whatever. Everybody's busy. So when you tell me two devices a month and makes me $600, that makes sense to me. Of course, I'm going to commit and build to this. And then the last thing I want to share about Aaron's organization is that he kept it so simple that it has now expanded all around the world in multiple languages. He has organizations that he can't even communicate with because they don't even speak English. He has an organization. I always tell this story because it's truly inspiring. There's a Russian organization that doesn't even have credit card. No credit card processing because they are sanctioned from using Visa and MasterCard from the war. There are areas in Russia that are declared war zones that they have evacuated, and we've had to get corporate redirect their shipment. So when I say the odds are stacked against this Russian organization, I want you guys to know that when there, it's so corny to say this, but when there's a will, there's always a way. And I want to screen share with you guys what this Russian organization has been able to do in 90 days. If you can see that number, that in 90 days, oh, sorry, showing the wrong one. Hold on. In 90 days, this one. Okay. Can you guys see that? In 90 days, no credit card, redirecting shipment, taking up to 6 to 7 to 8 weeks to receive product because Russia is an emerging market. This organization that most 99% of them don't speak English has been able to put in 1.5 million PV in 90 days. Insane. Guys, it's incredible what the team's been able to do by keeping it that simple. And so, with that being said, I'm telling you guys, it's inspiring to see the people that truly understand where the industry is going, understand what the industry wants, and operates within what we have. Because I don't like to sound like I'm bleeding Ollie life and I have the tattoo, but I kind of am because everything that I know about what this industry wants and what Ollie Life has to offer. This is why I said this is a movement beyond just Ollie Life's products and Ollie Life's opportunity. It's a shift happening in this industry. And if you get it, you get it. And you'll operate within the means to understand that you shift people's mindset and realize that what they've been asking for, what they've been looking, we have the solution. And if you can provide that to them, then trust me when I say you guys haven't even seen the growth yet. We're not even in momentum with those types of numbers. You'll know when momentum is here, when a lot of the industry leaders are starting to get it. Okay. So with that being said, let's now go into corporate updates. And I'm going to hand it to you to screen share. Guys, please take note because this is very important and it's pertaining to a lot of pertinent information that you got to share with your organization. Okay. All right. So let's talk about shipping. Now, as you guys know, we literally blew out the warehouse, right? We had no idea what the Bomba Air promotion was going to do to the team and what you guys were going to do. But truth be told, we sold out the warehouse completely. And unfortunately, a series of things has happened that is now going to delay P90 Plus shipping. And we want you guys to understand that this needs to be effectively communicated to the entire organization and to all of your customers that have purchased P90 Plus. So in the USA, according to markets, okay, P90 up until August 3rd has enough inventory to fulfill. I don't really sell P90, so if you do sell it, just know we're still in stock up until August 30th, give or take. Or actually, we're past, oh my gosh, we're past August 3rd. Holy crap, see how fast time is going by. Okay, any orders of P90 up until August 3rd will be fulfilled. Okay. P90 Plus until July 26th. If you put in an order of P90 Plus in July up until July 26th, you will have inventory to have it fulfilled. Unfortunately, there was a shipping incident that actually destroyed the outer packaging for the next set of inventory that was coming to the USA warehouse. And because of that, they're still analyzing the damage and they can't give us definite numbers yet. Last night, we were on a call with Kai. Getting some of the updates on this. And so it's still very premature to Kai. He's trying to communicate with the logistics company. But essentially, what he told us was something happened and it damaged the outside packaging of P90 Plus, the inventory. And so obviously being Ollie Life, they do not want to ship your customers and your team members damaged boxes because then you can only one assume that your product might be damaged with it. And so they're having to bring the products back and repackage and analyze to make sure that nothing was damaged in the process of the accident. Okay, so they are assuming this is worst case scenario that shipping for P90 Plus will pick back up mid-September. So they will actually start fulfilling all the orders starting mid-September. However, anybody that obviously got Bama Air during their order, July 1st, those orders are going to be shipped out starting next week. So they will actually start receiving their Bama Airs, but just know anybody that ordered P90 Plus after July 26th, give or take, there might be some people that ordered before and may not have it because maybe inventory ran out. This is kind of premature information from Kai, but just know that we may restock in August, but worst case scenario, the restock will be completed by mid-September. Okay. So I just want you guys to be aware. Again, we've worked through this, right? Organizations dealt with 9 weeks delay. So guys, we just have to explain to the team what happened. This is definitely not obviously within Ollie Life's control when what happens to the shipping container when they send it off to the warehouse. So that's number one. G1 will be restocked by mid-August, which is next week. And I want to clear up the confusion. I want to clear up the confusion of G1 as well in a second because some of you guys were wondering why was the discontinuation announced. We'll talk about that in a second. Of course, Shaken Massager, restock of Shaken Massager will happen early September. Vitality One also sold out and it will be early September for restocking. Okay. Falling under, can you confirm Canada with Kai?
Mhm.
We said North America and he wrote USA. So we'll confirm Canadian warehouse
We will send
inventory.
an update on the announcement channel
And then
for editing.
for Europe, P90 up until August 18, they have enough inventory. And then for Europe's P90 Plus up until July 29th, they will be able to fulfill and then they will start shipping again to Europe mid-August. Okay, so it was just the inventory coming to USA that got damaged. All the other warehouses will not be impacted by all of that. G1, they will actually, any orders that were ordered in Europe on July 27th up until that point, it will be fulfilled late August to early September. And then the shaken massager, anything ordered up to the 29th will be fulfilled in late August. And then Vitality Wand, anything ordered up until August 2nd will be filled mid-September. Okay. So those are the updates. And then I want you guys to understand that again, this is really just impacting USA mostly because in Australia, they're fully stocked. So P90 Plus orders up until August 2nd will be fulfilled mid-August. G1, anything ordered up to the 29th will be fulfilled late August. Shake and Massager is going to be fulfilled up until July 25th in late August. And of course, Vitality One up until August 1st. It will all be fulfilled mid-August. So any orders prior to August 1st, it's all going to get fulfilled. But anything after August 1, you'll expect delivery during mid-August. Okay. So, uh, awesome. Okay. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Fall areas. Okay. So again, I want to reemphasize this, guys. It's very important to fully communicate this to your users. It's not anything new. We went through this when we first started building and they weren't expecting USA to grow the way that it did. And Canada does have their own warehouse, but they didn't, we said North America, but they only gave us USA update. So again, Tuan will send an update about Canada inside of the announcement channel. So, um, so guys, again, the questions you guys are asking were just covered in this. We're going to send this into the announcement channel. If it shows a date, like right now, P90 Plus, August 2nd, that means any orders put in up until August 2nd will get fulfilled. Any orders after August 2nd will be fulfilled mid-August. Okay. So we need to make sure that we actually communicate this to everyone and inform our users that the good news is that if it takes more than 30 days to receive your shipment, the company will gift you a free neck massager for the delay. Obviously, the bad news is none of us saw that coming, that we did suspect that we were going to sell out the warehouse because of the promotion, but we didn't expect that the shipment to USA was going to get damaged. So everyone, for the most part, is going to have an understanding. Those are things that are not within our control. And then, of course, anybody that is upset, please work with your upline support to just give them some support. Just know that we've all been through this. It's not anything new to Tuan and I and many of the people on this team. They went through this the first half of the build back in 2025 that we were dealing with a lot of delays because of just constantly selling out the warehouses. So I promise you guys, everything will be okay as long as you remain calm, your customer will remain calm, and your members will also remain calm. So again, we will upload this into the announcement channel. Make sure you're inside of there so that you can gain access to it. Now let's talk about the G1 discontinuation. I know some of you guys were confused because they made an announcement that there was going to be some upgrades done to it, and then all of a sudden, if you by September they were going to discontinue the product. Guys, we cannot say with confidence because if you guys understand how corporate works, whether you agree with their philosophy or not, it's debatable that they don't tell you anything until they can definitely tell you when it's shipping. That's how they operate. Tuan and I have seen it for the last 13 months. And they said that they discontinued it and were assuming, based on the hints that we're all kind of putting together, is that they're not discontinuing and getting rid of a major selling product. We suspect and assume that there's some sort of different version that is probably going to come out and replace it. Now, is that a definite answer? No, we can't seem to get that because what they constantly tell us when we say, hey, so can you tell us? They say, this is why you need to go to ODC. So this is why Tuan and I and Paul are assuming why they keep telling us that you got to wait for ODC. That's what we can only assume. So anybody that is confused and wondering what was with the discontinuation, my assumption, not fact, but my assumption is something better is coming out. Okay. So now that leads into ODC and Thailand. Now, some of you guys, congratulations to all of you that qualified to be a part of ODC. Top 200, top 201 to 1,000, whichever you fall into, congratulations. That's an incredible accomplishment. Some of you guys may be wondering, is it worth your time and energy to go to ODC? Absolutely, yes. Regardless if you're in the 200 category or the 201 to 1,000, you should go. Here's why. Again, going back to whether you agree with how the company operates or not, it's debatable, but it's really not up for us to change it. That when you go to ODC, that's where you're going to get to see and witness new product launch. You're going to get educated by the actual developers, not distributors, not uplines, not sidelines. The actual developers of the product are going to be at ODC to explain to you guys the value and the thought process behind why they created the products. Okay. So, why you should attend if you qualify ODC. Number one, you get to witness the new product launches. That's every 1,000 person that qualifies to go. And I want you guys to know that that's the most important is that you're going to be educated on the product. But more importantly, I just think it's important to be able to be engulfed in the environment to get to know corporate because from a distance, you may not agree with how they do it, but when you meet them in person, they're very, very gracious. They have a lot of customer service and they just make you feel really good when you're in their presence. And I think that's important to experience with corporate. But I want to go through the requirements, guys. There's an FAQ in the back office, and you got to make sure that you register and hit the deadline of August 9th, Singapore time. Okay, if you do not register, you forfeit your invitation to ODC. If you qualified, there should be an announcement in your back office that you qualified. Click the link, copy the Google document, fill it out to its entirety, and make sure, number one, some of you guys don't have your ID verified in your back office. Make sure you do that. Submit your ticket, get your free your name verified, because if you don't have your name verified, they won't even accept your submission for ODC. Okay, so make sure in the back office where it shows the yellow clock, it tells you the date. That's the Singaporean time that you've got to submit by August 9th in order for you to be accepted to attend ODC. Second thing is before August 9th, you need to either inform them on the Google Doc that there is a $500 to $1,000 deposit that you have to put down. If you are in the top 200, you have to put $1,000 deposit. If you are the top 1,000, you have to do 500. They are not keeping that money. Once you attend every single event of ODC, they will refund it back to your e-wallet. Okay? It's just a deposit to say that you are committing to ODC. You have to transfer your bonus wallet over to your e-wallet for it to be accepted. Or you can tell them, can you hold it from my future commissions? You can do that as well. And once you attend all events for ODC, they will refund it back to your wallet or to your commissions, okay? Depending on how you do it. Dress code, very important. Paul said, because we weren't involved in the business in the last ODC, Paul said, if you do not wear business, they will not accept you into the event. Just know this company does not operate like a lax MLM. They operate as a true technology company. And when they have rules, they expect you to follow their rules. So don't show up relaxed in casual clothing. It actually says business formal as the dress code at ODC. If you do not have business formal, they will turn you away and not accept you into the conference. Okay. And guys, we encourage you. Go to the FAQ and read up everything if you are one of the qualified ODC earners, and go read all of the FAQ. And the one thing I can tell you guys is that why is it important for you to attend? Because any attendees, they get early access to a special time to purchase the new products. They get early access to, I don't even know what specialized logistics service means, but you have early access to that, and you'll have early access to the financial services, which I don't even know what that means. Guys, when I say corporate is tight-lipped, they don't tell us anything. Just know that we're going to find out at the same time as everybody else in the room. So make sure you go to the FAQ in the back office if you're an ODC qualifier and read up on the FAQ. Okay, last thing I want to bring up, if you want to screen share. Because I know a lot of you guys are asking about Thailand. Many of you guys qualified for Thailand, wondering dates. How do we get on a Thailand trip? First thing I want you guys to understand is I know some of you guys may have been frustrated that you can't get a date, but just know that it's not within our control because there's multiple barriers for the Thailand trip. Number one, no one can book any trip dates outside of a 90-day window. September 5th to October 5th is completely closed due to corporate all preparing for ODC. So no one could book within that window. And then all of October dates are occupied. However, there has been a time slot that has opened up if you are interested in being a part of that one. On October 11th to the 15th, there is a time slot available. Go to the link right there where it shows form. There's a URL link that you can go there. It's the Google Doc that allows you to put your name on the list. Now, in order for you to confirm your name on the list, you have to already have your flight tickets booked. Okay? Do not put your name down just to save the spot. If you don't put your itinerary and your flight code on there, they're most likely going to delete your name off the list. So if you are interested in going to Thailand and doing the office tour and seeing the condo, there's one happening on October 11th to the 15th. There is the URL link right there to the form. And before you put your name on there, make sure you book your flight and make sure you qualify 3,000 PV. And the minimum capacity is 80 people, but the max capacity is 150. Okay. So again, save the link, go there and figure it out if that's a date that's feasible for you. You want to say something?
First of all, guys, this is a lot of information for many of you guys, and I just want you guys to know before we move to the next topic, as we're actually close towards the end. is that if you're brand new, you just got started in the last 30 days or so, and I saw some of you guys actually wrote in the chat is what is ODC? I just want to give some highlights on ODC and highlights on the why the Thailand trip, okay? ODC is short for Ollie Life Developers Conference. And if you've ever actually been around long enough to witness the maturity of Apple, okay? I remember Apple was very was a small company and they were introducing the Macintosh. And then eventually Steve Jobs, who actually really saw the vision of introducing the first touchscreen phone, that was when I witnessed what a technology company was innovating their marketing because that work first event when Steve Jobs went on stage and he showed the comparison between a regular phone and a touchscreen phone, the crowd went wild, you guys. I went wild. I was like, wow, I want one of those. And sure enough, within the next 12, 24 months, iPhone became a household name. Now, a lot of things came out of that. Every single year through Apple computers, they would unveil a new product. And to this very day, they still hold that culture of introducing once a year their own ODC conference for Apple conference, right? So many products have unveiled from there. The iPad, innovations on the iPhone, the MacBook, the MacBook Pro, the iMac. All of these were introduced through one of these conferences through Apple. So ODC is as a technology company is going to be introducing all the latest innovations in their product line. And so many of you are wondering about, is a product discontinued or whatnot? These guys, in the last 13, 14 months that we've been here, we will tell you one thing for sure. These guys, they're smart when it comes to their research and development in their products. They are precise in what they're doing when it comes to the product, and they're precise when it comes to innovating new technology. So we're excited of whatever they're doing, they're preparing for something major. And I think all of us are not prepared for it. We don't even know what to expect. But when we speak to corporate, we personally have this past week, I'm not even joking with you. They said, guys, get ready. And so we're really excited. We have faith that this is going to be massive and it's going to be only we can only guess it's going to be a major upgrade from what they are planning of what they're unveiling into the product line. So that's what ODC is. This information right here was really for those that did qualify. And for those of you that are new, you're like, how do I qualify? All you have to do, don't worry about that. All you have to know right now is do exactly what Aaron shared. Go out there, go get tier bonus qualified. Go out there and help other people tier bonus qualify and expand your team. And you're going to be surprised at some point. You may have the opportunity to get invited to ODC, just like the 1,000 people that are actually attending this event. Now, transition to the Thailand event, guys. Uh, Go to this link right here and all of the details will be found in on this link. We confirmed that, and again, it's seats are limited, but you make sure you have to qualify. And this is actually an event that if you can't make it to this one, don't feel beat up, you guys, because corporate they actually created this trip, this Thailand study tour for the next 3 years. So if you can't make it to this one, don't worry about it. The next 2, 3 months, we'll announce another one. Another 2, 3 months from there, we'll announce another one. So there's always going to be one that you can go. So that way you can see the heartbeat of the company. You can actually have that tour of one of the headquarters. You could see the condos yourself that they actually have as a promotion. All the Thailand study tour trip is to help you take the business from your head to your heart. That's all their main objective is so that you can meet corporate, you can actually see what they're doing behind the scenes and actually learn about the products firsthand through directly from corporate. So go to this link, like what Van said, and that's what the Thailand studies study tour is all about.
And then, guys, hold on, go back because people are asking, are there different dates? Because some people cannot make this. So I was,
I did mention that.
no, you don't.
I said if they can't make it to this one, there's always going to be we're going to announce
But
another
I
one.
was explaining how we book dates because I know some of you guys are frustrated about why the dates aren't being announced faster. So I just want you guys to understand how we book Thailand dates is that the company doesn't allow us to book outside of a 90-day window. So when August hit, we asked for November dates and they're already booked up. And then we can't ask for December dates until next month. And then also you have to be aware that when we coordinate these trips, an M6 has to be in attendance. So this is why it's a little challenging to get dates out very quickly, is because we cannot book outside of a 90-day window. So currently right now, from now until 90 days, all dates are booked out. October 11th to the 15th is the only one open for now. And then when we get December dates, we also have to coordinate with an M6 to be at the event because we can't just have people randomly showing up at different dates. So this is why, again, I just wanted to explain why the booking of these dates do take some time because it has to coordinate between corporate and an M6. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
And then Canada, guys, Luigi is on the run. He opened up all of his Canadian area and dates to anybody that wants to promote into Canada. So he's going on a tour to Toronto, Winnipeg, Calgary, and Vancouver. Guys, go to the website of the Eventbrite. There's no fee for the event. It's just an Eventbrite so he knows how many people are coming. It also will give you location. So if you got people in those areas that you want to have them hear about Ollie Life, possibly experience the product, go ahead and save the Eventbrite link. And those are the dates that is JR going as well?
Yeah.
Luigi? Okay, Luigi and JR, they're going on a tour across Canada. And so if you want to plug your people in, they promise to take care of your people and then redirect them back to you. So if you have anybody again in those surrounding areas of Toronto, Winnipeg, Calgary, and Vancouver, please go ahead and plug them in and click the Eventbrite and register yourself or your person just so that they get an idea of who is showing up. There's no fee for these events.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, one of the last announcement that we want to share really quick, although this is in March of 2027, tickets are absolutely being sold out. So Australia is actually having their first pre-launch event. I mean, this is going to be a maxed out event. We're very excited for this. We're actually going to be attending as well. And guys, this is going to be so powerful. It's actually hosted by none other than uh, uh, um,
Anna
Anna
and
and
Asher.
Asher. So it's the two A's are just tongue tying me, right? So Anna and Aaron, they're
Asher.
Asher. Sorry, I see Aaron right there. So yeah, so they're incredible. They're actually volunteering to be able to coordinate this event and sacrifice their time and their resources to be able to actually accommodate all of us within the entire team and community here. But guys, I will say this: like, you want to be able to actually have that vision that you're going to actually build into this event, because if you're actually in the States, someone in the States always knows someone in Australia. If you're in Canada, we all know somebody, or our friends, our family know someone in Australia. So you want to start thinking ahead. Who do you know in Australia, so that way you can build into this event. And so we're really excited about it, guys. Make sure that if you're planning on attending, make sure you get yourself registered. Make sure you reach out to your team. If you actually know anybody in Australia, this is the best time that you can start actually reaching out to them now. Follow whatever that you just learned from Aaron, following that steps, start sharing the information to them. And actually, you'd be surprised. You start now, you may have dozens and dozens of new team members join your team so that way they can attend the Australian pre-launch event. So make sure you get yourself registered, as this is an early bird ticket and the prices will go up. So guys, we're really excited about this event, like I said, and we're all the leadership's looking forward to attending this and celebrate the pre-launch of Australia.
And guys, save the link right there. That's the ticket spice. 50% of the room has already been sold. So, guys, this will be a packed event, sold out. Tuan and I are also going to Australia. So, if you plan on building there, get your ticket before the early bird special ends. All the details are probably listed on this site, and make sure you guys contact Anna and Asher. They're the ones hosting the event. So, we're excited to leverage that and build into it with them. And
All the details are actually on this link. So when you click on the link, you'll be have all the dates, what time it starts, where it's held. Everything you need to know is actually right on that link.
also, I know there's a lot of ODC questions. Again, guys, log into your back office. The pop-up will happen that you qualified for it. if you qualified for it, not only is there an announcement, but there's also an FAQ. Please go through it. It will answer all the questions that you're typing in the comment section. And guys, we look forward and I hope to see all of you guys there at ODC. Tuan and I are ready. We will have our pen pad and probably a recorder because we like to take heavy notes. And anyone that doesn't attend ODC because maybe you didn't qualify or maybe you're not going to attend, trust and believe that we will come back and do a team-wide call. And by then, I will upgrade the line so that nobody is stuck in the waiting room. So we will make sure we do an entire team-wide Zoom call with Paul, and we will share all the new products that were announced and launch, well, not launched, but announced at ODC with all the details. Okay. And again, we do not know when products are launching, guys. I know you're constantly asking us, but we are in the same boat as you. They do not tell us about new product launch dates. When you guys find out is usually when we find out. So we don't get the upper advantage of knowing when products are launching. So I'm sure some of you guys are wondering when new products are coming out. We will know with an announcement in the back office. That's all I can tell you. They don't tell us. They are tight-lipped. They don't believe in giving anyone an upper advantage. I think that's what I love about the company, but sometimes it can drive us insane, right? Is that they don't favor anyone. And they see, even though they may see a rank, they still see you as an individual and they're going to announce to every individual at the same time. So Paul has tried, we have tried, and Kai just will not open his mouth. So
So, guys, we spent a good hour and 5, 10 minutes with each and every one of you. As you can probably see here, right? Whenever we do a Zoom like this once a year, we have
month,
all,
month.
sorry, once a month. Sorry, like my brain's all over the place. But as we do these Zooms once a month, we always showcase, the rising stars or people that are out there, moving and shaking. Aaron did an amazing job really breaking down the system. But you guys, just want you guys to know is like, regardless if it's like using the system within OlyNation, some of you might be using, all these other, within OlyNation, there's all types of different systems. Don't get too caught up on the exact thing. What video do you send? Or which website do you go to? Oh, I'm using this system. My team is using this system. Should I use OlyNations? Look, the main thing is I just want to end it with this. Don't get too caught up on one specific system. Understand the philosophy is get yourself out of the way and use third-party tools and keep it really, really simple. That's all you have to do. And if your leadership is actually sharing a specific system, we assure you, is adopting the whole philosophy that we're telling you right now, is that you just want to get yourself out of the way and use the tools, point at stories, and let the product do the work. And that's all it really is. The leadership, they're not waving the flag saying, because of me, there is an Ollie life business, or because of me, there's all this success in this team. No, the leadership here, anybody that's out there, all they're doing is they're just driving the system. So that way you can actually be empowered to use the same system that all of us are using. So Van and I can just say this, Ollie Nation for us, the success that we personally have isn't because of us, is because we're fortunate enough to be able to use the same exact system that you all are using. It's not because of us. We have reached out to people. We do create curiosity, but we are using the same exact system that Aaron just taught you. Luigi uses it. I mean, every single leader that you follow on whatever within OlyNation is following a philosophy of getting yourself out of the way and using the tools. And because of that, you get to go to ODC. If as you keep going, you get to go to the study tour in Thailand. All those stuff are just byproducts of you following the system. So that's my portion. And then I'm very, very excited to be able to be part of this journey with you guys. So my brain's a little flustered. I don't know why, but I'm just excited. So anything else you want to share, Ben?
No, we want to end it with this. Thank you guys so much. And we do want to say, obviously, we want to thank Jason and Precious for the creative side of the videos. So thank you guys. I know everybody has benefited from the hard work that you guys put into that. And so we are very thankful for every leader in the organization and what you guys have been able to do, and every single person that contributes to this community. So, with that, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Thank you, and we will talk to you guys soon. Again, all the information about ODC is in the back office, and this slide deck with updates of shipping will get uploaded to the announcement channel on WhatsApp. So make sure you're on there. So that, guys, thank you so much. We will see you guys somewhere. Bye, everyone.